this play.
Top of the key goes left wing, and there's Ellie Snyder with the
Hello and welcome back to the Wildcats Network for this section update. I'm Richard Hillig alongside with Tristan Borland, and today we come to you from Greater Latrobe Senior High School, the home of the Wildcats. And Tristan, we touched on it in the boys episode about how the sections were reorganized a little bit. Both Greater Latrobe teams are staying in 5A, but the sections are changed around, and if you remember back to the end of the season with her postseason wrap-up, that's what Coach Mackenzie Livingston alluded to.
No, I agree. She did think that the sections were going to be realigned. And when you look at the teams that have been moved in, a lot of them make a lot of sense. And I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't have the section this way beforehand. You have teams like Kiski area, which is just right down the road. Well, not right down the road, but you know what I mean? Kind of in our backyard. And Indiana, I know that one's not anywhere near as close, but I love Indiana. And I think... And Greensburg-Salem, too. That's another school that, you know, right down the road from Greater Latrobe High School. I'm surprised that they weren't in the section before. When you look at their records, I also think that this is going to make the section a lot better. I think that there are teams like Greensburg-Salem, when they come and they play the Cats, when Greater Latrobe has to play Indiana, Kiski area, I think this is going to make this section even more competitive than it was last year.
Well, keep in mind, 5 teams from Greater Latrobe's section a year ago made it because 3 teams tied for the final 3 spots, Penn Trafford, Latrobe, and Thomas Jefferson. But it's not like this section's getting much easier as well for Greater Latrobe.
No, and some would even point out, you know, Oakland Catholic is moving out of the section. Thomas Jefferson is also moving out of the section. Connellsville is... Again, nothing against what people, for whatever reason, being moved up to 6A. There's just a lot of things that are being moved around. But like you said, Richard, I think that this section just got that much more difficult for the Cats. Even West Mifflin, like some of the teams that the records don't really jump out as West Mifflin going 500 at 10-10 overall. Even that team is something they're really planning to be like, I think that team's only going to get better.
Well, you mentioned West Mifflin, Greensburg-Salem, Kiski area, and Indiana will be new challengers for the Greater Latrobe Lady Wildcats. However, they will still face off against perennial teams in WPIO girls basketball in Penn Trafford and McKeesport, which, again, as mentioned, should make this section competitive, not just from the returners in the section, but the newcomers as well, because you look at what Indiana did last year, they were right near the top in a lot of categories.
Won the section. They not only got to play and make a deep push into the playoffs, into the quarterfinals where they lost to McKeesport, which is one of the top teams in 5A. They then also went on to play in the PIAA. Again, lost to McKeesport, nothing wrong with that. And with that Indiana team, I think that they are really looking forward to moving into this section because there are a lot of teams that I think are going to give them a run for their money. This is going to be an incredibly competitive section this year, Richard.
With the sections in WPIL girls basketball now finalized, let's see what this entails for Mackenzie Livingston's Lady Wildcats.
Folks, Tristan Borland here at Greater Latrobe High School with the one and only 5A Section 3 2024 Coach of the Year, Coach Mackenzie Livingston. Coach, first of all, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy summer schedule to talk with us. It's really awesome to see you again to talk about the section that you guys are going to be in next year.
Yeah, thank you guys. We always appreciate when you come out and see us, so thank you.
So as I mentioned, during the summer, you're pretty busy. What all have you guys and the team been getting into so far this summer while we've been busy with football?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. So we do a lot of conditioning, lifting, skill work, and then we go up to Indiana, PA. We've been playing about three games a day, so about 6 games a week, so staying busy with that. We also got invited to play in Greensburg this coming weekend, so we've been staying pretty busy.
So you talk about Indiana traveling up there so far this year and also going to Greensburg and going there. Those are 2 new teams that have been added to your section. Are those the 2 teams that really jump out to you that are being added that really make you go, oh, wow, we really need to kind of step up our game this year?
Yeah, definitely Indiana. I mean, we played them 2 times last year. Well, actually 3 times. So we kind of knew, we're familiar with them. And then, yeah, Greensburg-Salem's, they're added into our section this year. So that's somebody we want to keep an eye on. But Indiana, yeah, we play them all summer. So it's definitely good for us.
Are there any teams that are leaving that you're a little bit relieved about? You're like, oh, thank goodness we're not playing those guys anymore.
Definitely Oakland Catholic. I'm sure, everybody around here can say that. That's somebody we're glad that we won't see this year for sure.
Last year, you had a really great roster. However, you lost 2 big seniors. Is there anybody that you're looking at right now that are moving into that senior class that really jump out to you that are going to be able to replace the level of production that Ellie had?
Yeah, so we got 3 seniors coming back. We got Carly, who I'm looking to be, our go-to ball handler, kind of our leader out on the floor, just because she has the experience minutes-wise compared to, everybody else coming back. And then Kenzie Johnson has put in tremendous work this summer already, filling that senior forward leadership, and then Bradley Bodner as well, her speed, her defense. So those three, seniors are stepping into some big roles this year.
So we talked a lot about how your first year there was just so many cameras and lights and all these new and different things.
Yeah.
But now you kind of had yourself pretty well established here at Greater Latrobe. Do you feel like this next coming season, even though it's a new section, you kind of have things figured out?
Yeah, I think, last year, Summer League, I didn't even know the girls' names. So I'd just be throwing them in. I'd be like, go get number 2, go get number 4. This year, we've been winning a lot more at the Summer League just because I know the players. I know what their potentials are, their skills, where they should be, who should be a guard, who should be a forward. So that's kind of made the transition way easier. And, just knowing who I got coming back, and then my staff, Coach Beth, coming back as well, that helps me out as well.
Even though we're currently in the summer, fall is just right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys getting ready for that fall league?
Yep, we have, we're not going to Altoona this year, just because I know it's like an hour and 15. I didn't realize that because I live in Blairsville, but yeah, it's a little bit of a distance from here, but we're gonna actually go back to Indiana. I think they got about 25 schools coming, so it'll be a good fall league for us, so I'm excited.
And your very last question. Now,
Yep.
me personally, one of my favorite schools to go to and broadcast at, just because I have so many fond memories of the town, is whenever we travel up to Indiana and go play there. You also spent some time there at
Yes.
the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Are you excited to go back to Indiana? Do you ever get any fond memories being down Philadelphia Street?
Oh yeah, my grandparents actually live on Philly Street, so
Really?
yeah, so I'm always on Philly Street, and that's close to my hometown. I know a lot of community members there, so it's nice just being back in my kind of home area. The girls getting to play there, and Carly Burke actually used to live in Indiana as well. I don't know if you knew that, but so that's kind of a nice little homecoming for her as well this year. So.
Coach Livingston, as always, thank you so much for your time. We wish you the very best of luck for the rest of the summer, and excited to see what you're going to do in this new section in the winter.
Yeah, thank you guys.